how do you sell out a show, Arv? Because your shows are huge.
Although social media, we can't forget that we're still talking to people on the other side of the phone, on the other side of the computer screen.
That's good. I'm glad you said that, because social media is just, like you said, a tool. It's not the whole shebang. Well, hey everyone. It's Gabriella Martay at Helps Too. I'm sitting here with one of my good friends, Arva Byron. Arv, would you tell the people what you do when it comes to marketing and music and just who you are? Tell them about yourself.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Arva, and I assist, or actually I work at Church Boy Clothing. It's actually it started off as a clothing company turned record company, if you will, or management company, matter of fact. So basically what we do here in Boston, myself along with Mr. Michael McPherson, is manage local artists in the city of Boston specifically. We also host, put on concerts, different events, conferences. We do management, we do booking, and things along that nature. So things of that nature, excuse me. So that's the church boy world, if you will. I usually err on the side of helping out at the concerts, doing all the fun running around that needs to be done, booking shows for different artists in the city. Managing is also another thing that I do as well. So that's Arva at Church Boy.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of downplay yourself, let's be honest, because
No.
you guys do a lot at Church Boy. And so they put on major shows in the Boston area, right? And people are now trying to get in on these shows. And so
it's an entertainment company. So that's what we specialize in, which is what we do. And we just try to make it as fun, as convenient, as entertaining as possible. All still, being a Christian company, though. So we're not forced to compromise any values that we have.
Which I think is great, because a lot of musicians watch the Helps Too YouTube channel, which I think is cool that they're watching now. And I think two things are, how do I not compromise who I am in an industry that's like, you need to sell your soul, basically, right, to make it, yes, right? And I think the second thing is, like, how do you sell out a show? Like, and me as an artist, that's one thing that I really had to, like, it took me years to figure out, wait, how do I sell out a show? So wait, let's start right there. Let's start with the show aspect, because I feel like the beliefs aspect can be a lot deeper. I mean, yes, they're both pretty deep. But how do you sell out a show, Arv? Because your shows are huge. And I'm going to try, if I can find any kind of footage or whatever, I'm going to try to put some footage on this video and show people how crazy these shows are in Boston. Like, they are sold out. I mean, in my personal perspective, they look sold out when I see them.
No, online. They are. No, I mean, they are. We have been blessed. I'm not gonna lie, we've been blessed. But which goes over into how to sell out a show properly. I believe the first thing is you need people on the ground, and more than that, you need to have a personality. So a lot of people think that it's enough just to market to or invite people via social media. That is not it. That is a lie.
Good.
Do not believe the hype. That's foolishness. You have to have relationships with people, right? That one-on-one connection. You never want to forget the power of, having a friend tell another, the word of mouth. That's really how good concerts get sold out. And then also, really staying faithful in the small areas. So, for example, if you have a show and only a few people are there, you as the artist have to stay true to the message that you're delivering, right? The songs, and then your integrity as an artist, meaning it doesn't matter if it's just your mom there and your second cousin. You have to just perform like you're in a room full of people, because you never know, out of the 7 people who might have come to your show, which one is a producer, which one is a part of an entertainment company looking for new people to hire, which one has other connects that go on and on and on. So I think that's really it. Staying faithful in the small stuff, and then also selling out, meaning having, using your friends, using word of mouth. Then we hop over into social media and doing the app, but you can't be you can't lean on those things as if it's going to just sell out your show, because it's not. And then also in terms of having other artists support you, another artist will only support you if you have a good personality. You know what I mean?
That's
or
true.
the right hookups. You know what I mean? Either one. Either you gotta have some amazing hookups, but just more than that, you have to have the right personality. Because then other artists will come out, oh, let me go support so and so. So if you're at one person's show and you tell them you have a show, in return they'll probably, most likely come to support you and support what you're doing, because you've been generous to them in return. So there's a lot of give and take that has to happen to make a good show sell out. And then getting word of mouth, getting your team, getting your team together. And it's okay if your team is your mom. That is not a problem. I think a lot of artists feel some type of way. They want to attach themselves to an entity that's out there that's not familiar to anybody, because it gives off a vibe of, or a feeling of that you've made it. But if your mother is your manager, then so be it. Like, there's no, unless your mom really doesn't know what she's doing. But
yeah, leave her at home.
It's okay, right? She can come. I mean, but that's what I think is key, is using your, creating a team, getting word out via mouth, via word of mouth on the streets, corners. But it's also about making those relationships. That's when people will begin to invest in you, when they know that they're investing their money and their time in somebody who's worth it.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's one thing I preach when I teach my students at the local college I teach at.
Yes.
I always say, okay, it's cool if you have all the skills. It's cool that you're super talented. But the person that gets the promotion, the person that gets elevated, whether you're in a cooking industry, accounting, or music, I think whatever industry you're in, especially creative, you have to have those relationships. You have to network. You have to get to know people. And I think as an artist, that's the hardest thing, because most artists are not extroverts. We're not like, hey, let's go meet the world. But if you want to really be a part of a community, which you have to want to be a part of a community to really do music, you need to make an effort and talk to somebody and go to some shows and say hi and be cool with them. And that's hard. I think it's hard. But that's good. I'm glad you said that, because social media is just, like you said, a tool. It's not the whole shebang. And that's where people get it twisted. Even I've worked with some clients where they're like, you didn't make me grow into this $1 million success with social media. And I'm like, but you didn't even have a vision. Like, you didn't even build a network. You know what I mean? And so that's tough. That's tough. So
those things don't come overnight at all. You have to build and work for it, just like anything else.
Yeah, work. There's no easy button.
no easy button here, guys. No easy button at all.
No. This video is an episode of our new series called Couch Conversation. First episode was with Evan Baker. He really showed us about how he makes it as a full-time musician online, selling music and getting streams to a huge amount online with Spotify. Is over 1 million views. So make sure you check out that episode in the link below in the description.